Constructivism by Abby Webb, ED 307, Dr. Cohen. What is constructivism? We have a theory. Constructivism is basically a theory based on observation and scientific study about how people learn. It says that people construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiencing things and reflecting on these experiences. So, like the observation is like when we encounter something new, we have to reconcile it with our previous ideas and experience, maybe changing what we believe or maybe discarding the new information as irrelevant. So, we are constructing this also. In any case, we are active creators of our own knowledge. To do this, we must ask questions, explore, and assess what we know, which goes under the construct part. Who are the foundational theorists behind constructivism? The first person is John Piaget. John Piaget theories indicate that humans create knowledge through the interaction between their experiences and ideas. His view of constructivism is the inspiration for radical constructivism due to his idea that the idea is at the center of the knowledge creation and acquisition process. And then the second one is Lev Vygotsky. Similar to Piaget's adoption of radical constructivism from his theory of cognitive development, Vygotsky draws from his own theory of social development. Vygotsky believed that learners could achieve much greater level of learning through the help of a more knowledgeable other, which would be an instructor. And then the third theorist behind constructivism is John Dewey. John Dewey's perspective melds Piaget's focus on the cognitive aspect of constructivism with Vygotsky's focus on social learning. Susan J. Mayer contains a synopsis of Dewey's place in constructivism, such as Dewey's work proclaims that learners who engage in real-world activities will be able to demonstrate higher levels of knowledge through creativity and collaboration. Dewey's emphasis on inquiry sustaining learning is sparked best by ensuring a synthesis of environment. How does constructivism differ from traditional ideas about teaching and learning? So here we have a picture, and it says that the traditional classroom curriculum begins with the parts of the whole. And then constructivism classroom curriculum emphasizes big concepts, beginning with the whole and expanding to include the parts. Then in the traditional classroom, students originally work alone, and in the constructivist classroom, students work primarily in groups. The curriculum of a constructivist classroom is oriented and has meaning and it digs deeper. So basically, a constructively oriented curriculum presents an emerging agenda based on what children know, what they are puzzled by, and the teacher's learning goals. Thus, an important part of a constructivist-oriented curriculum should be the negation of meaning. In constructivist classrooms, curriculum is generally a process of digging deeper and deeper into big ideas, rather than presenting a breadth of coverage. How students are viewed. Well, students are engaged. In a constructivist classroom, learning is an active process. Students are actively engaged and are responsible for their learning. And they also control their own learning. So according to Grennan, Brooks, and Brooks, the learner controls their own learning, not the teacher. In addition, the learner should give their opinions and viewpoints. So students are viewed also on their opinions. Learners should also demonstrate their knowledge every day in a variety of ways. In the classroom setting, the learner would be asking the questions. They would express an interest in the activities and would initiate interactions with others. The learner would also make decisions and be confident in their ability to share their ideas and opinions with others. In addition, the learner makes connections based on previous experience. All of these characteristics require the learner to be an active agent in the learning process, which requires a prevalent role in the classroom. How students work. Well, the students are active, and they exchange ideas, and they work in groups. So, like, the students are active in the classroom by initiating the interactions with others. They exchange the ideas with the teacher by expressing their opinions, like we talked about in the last slide. And the students also work primarily in groups in the Constructivist Classroom. The teacher's role. The teacher's role is the primary source, a facilitator, and they interact with the students. In a Constructivist Classroom, the teacher acts as a facilitator, assisting students in pursuit of knowledge. Constructivist teachers interact with students, helping them construct their own learning. In a traditional classroom, the teacher is a primary source of information and authority. In a Constructivist classroom. Assessment, like examples of assessments is like a PBL, IBL, and a reciprocal teaching. So constructivist assessment is ongoing assessment during the instruction, de-emphasizes traditional grading methods, and self-assessment. Learner articulates growth through projects and reflections. So PBL is a project. Reciprocal teaching learning allows pairs of students to teach each other. Inquiry-based learning, also known as IBL, is where learners pose their own questions and seek answers to their questions via research and direct observation. They present their supporting evidence to answer the questions. They draw connections between their pre-existing knowledge and knowledge they've acquired through the activity. Finally, they draw conclusions to highlight remaining gaps in knowledge and develop plans for future investigations. In a problem-based learning, which is known as PBL, the main idea of a PBL is similar to the IBL. Learners acquire knowledge by devising a solution to a problem. PBL differs from an IBL in that the PBL activities provide students with real-world problems that require students to work together to devise a solution. As the group works through the challenging real-world problem, learners acquire communication and collaboration skills in addition to knowledge. What is the PAR model of learning and how does it relate to constructivism? Well, PAR stands for Participatory Action Research. So participatory stage contains collaboration through participation and empowerment of participants. The action stage contains real-life experience and evidence in terms of outcomes. So they also do collaboration and lessons with this model. The research stage contains new knowledge and documented lessons. The PAR relates to constructivism by having the students work in groups, by them collaborating together to figure out how to do their work. And also, PAR can stand for present, apply, and review. So a scenario for the PAR model is a topic I can teach using the constructive approach is different types of clouds. I will start out presenting the new material to the students by having them listen to me explain the new topic and go over what will be learned in the new topic. And then I will show a brain pop video about the different types of clouds. At the end of the video, we will take the quiz as a whole class. The students will apply their knowledge of the new topic by using a piece of paper, going outside, and drawing and labeling the types of clouds they see in the sky. After they draw and label, I will put them in groups where they will discuss why they labeled the cloud, what they labeled, and what characteristics did the cloud have that made them choose that label, like choose that name. For example, they will go outside and draw a nimboform cloud and label it nimboform. For the review, I will give the students a test where they will identify the clouds and write their characteristics under each type of clouds. There's my works cited, and thank you.